probably all dressed in, like, Breaking Bad orange jumpsuits. Making blue matter crystals.
Cooking them up.
We should totally have just the guy in the background. With a tray.
Walter White.
Our most famous Steam Power Draft character, Little Steve.
What?
Do you ever have problems with robots messing with you on tour?
Yes. They have it far, far worse than what I do to them. This one time, Hatchworth, he threw me in a toilet. I asked him to, but he didn't do it right. So because he did it wrong, I had to smack him up a bit. And that's why he wears that hat, to cover up what I did to him. What? You want some too, huh? I know you're out there. That's pretty much it. It's violent relationship. It's very unhealthy.
Little Steve, what did you do to him? Did you spin a really long, boring yarn of a story? Boring to death?
Do I have to tell them what you do in the closet at night, the Spine?
Oh, that was David Bennett.
Because he doesn't do anything. We power him down, and I usually just throw spit wads at him.
Sorry, Little Steve, the voices are so similar. See, this is David talking, and this is the Spine talking.
And this is Stephen Grady talking, and this is Little Steve talking.
Steve, Little Steve, I have a question for you.
When did this become the Little Steve Q&A? Jeez.
Little Steve, I have a question for you.
What?
So, like, will we ever see, like, an origin story in comic form?
We already have an origin story.
Of you.
You're the artist. You just have to draw that day when Cynical Pine crocheted me up.
I'm wondering,
It's not interesting.
Are you like a voodoo doll, like, come to life? Or literally, is the backstory going to be, like, Steve picking you up and doing little voices with you? Because I'm confused. Are you sentient?
Does the family actually hear what Stewie's saying on Family Guy? We don't really know. It's up to your imagination. Believe, and you can achieve anything.
Voodoo doll.
Except becoming Little
I like the
Steve,
voodoo doll
because you'll
thing.
never achieve that.
So does that mean if we flick Little Steve's head, Big Steve's head like gets flicked? Like we put a pin in you, or does that happen?
I like to
Are we
imagine
making
that
this
Steve's
canon right now?
consciousness goes into the doll, and he's like, he just holds it like a zombie.
His eyes like roll back in his head.
Yay! It's canon now.
And Steve quit the band.
This is what the fans want to know, Steve.
Give the people what they want.
Little Steve will be coming out with his own album, I think. Right? That's happening, right?
With his #1 single, "I'm a Science Man."
I was inspired by this bass riff that Sam just started doing out of the blue in rehearsal. I'm like, dude, that's a great riff, and he started like saying, "Oh, I'm a science man," and I'm like,
you're
that's
serious?
a great song. We should do that.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Nah, I'm not going to do anything with it." And I said, "Can I steal it then?" He said, "Sure." So I made a song with Little Steve singing. It's called "Science Man." I don't have it on this computer, but it's a very rough draft, and I had dreams of a music video, but I have no time whatsoever to do something of that magnitude.
Steve, you're dropping the ball. Come on.
Pretty good, huh? Right?
I guess we can take another question.
not the
Now
same.
that we've wasted so much time with Little Steve.
Is it like weird seeing people dress as your bots or previous bots?
It was like the first 2 years or so, but now that we've been doing it for like 7 years, it's kind of normal. It's actually probably weirder when we don't see it now, right? It's like, no one dressed up. What did we do?
I've never seen so many Hatchworths as this convention, so thank you guys. Wow, I haven't seen you. That's 4 I've seen now.
Okay, no more hatch horse. Okay, panicking.
And I've always seen so many spines everywhere we go, so.
It's true.
That's 3 for you, and what is it?
4.
Dozen? 4? Just a few dozen for spine, but it is the simplest makeup, so I got that boat covered.
Then why does it take longer?
I thought it was a contest.
Yours is more symmetrical.
I saw someone dressed up as little Steve once, or twice.
I think we saw a QWERTY.
Was there? Yeah, there's been a QWERTY.
Maybe not. Maybe it wasn't a convention we went to. I think there was just like a monitor on their head.
I think it's just that guy from Saga. Another. It's a comic with a robot man. Never heard of Saga?
No, I've heard people read that. I hear their thoughts when they're reading it.
Well, let's have another question. I don't remember what the last one even was.
Oh.
Were you guys saying before that Queen has been an influence on your music? Like Vice Quadrant is described as a space opera? Are we going to see some of that? Please?
You can just listen to Queen if you want more Queen.
I mean, I don't think we've shared any of the space opera stuff. I think that's kind of like the stuff we want to release on the album. The stuff we're probably going to share, Engineer Tear State, I mean, we have kind of a mix of songs on there. So some of it's going to sound new age, some of it's going to be folky, and...
It's gonna sound like Steam Powered Giraffe, I'm sorry. I hope you're okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, we can say what our inspirations are for the album. So yeah, Queen has definitely inspired it, but we're making it our own. But you might find stuff that you're like, this sounds like this, but we don't want to like get your hopes up, like saying this song sounds exactly like this, and then you're like, not really. But we'll let you guys be the judge when it releases September 1st.
2015.
If you guys can wait for Vice Quadrant, I can totally wait for Metal Gear Solid 5 campaign.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do the other way around.
Do you like the carpet in here? Like, are you a fan?
Yeah, I am. The other place, the last convention, well, it wasn't the last convention we did. There was one that looked like, just like someone puked on a map. This is not bad. I've been looking at it. I've been catching glances, and I don't like what I'm seeing. Thanks for bringing that up. Mad props to the carpet maker.
What is one question you've never been asked that you really want somebody to ask?
Would you please accept these keys to your new Lamborghini? Yeah,
okay. I'm sure we've had questions that were like, I wonder why no one asks us about this, but I'm sure over the years people have, so that's probably why we don't have anything like that. Not many people ask us about technical stuff, like, how did you record this? How did you do this? It's more about the creative rather than, the technical side. So we don't get too many technical questions. At least from my perspective, I suppose. Which is